10, more than 14 years after UW student Brittany Zimmerman was murdered in downtown Madison, her killer admits his guilt and is sentenced.
Plus, important safety reminders from police as we head for what figures to be an active weekend of trick-or-treating across south central Wisconsin.
And an eye-opening report, the words of an American volunteer who fought in the war in Ukraine, a shocking story you won't want to miss. It's all ahead right now on News 3 Now at 10.
Are you pleading guilty because you did intentionally cause the death of Brittany Zimmerman?
Yes, Your Honor.
Some peace for the family of a UW-Madison student, Brittany Zimmerman, who was killed in her apartment more than 14 years ago. Today, 56-year-old David Call pleaded guilty to her murder and was sentenced to life in prison. Brittany was found dead in her apartment in downtown Madison. It was back in April of 2008.
Investigators said she had just returned home from classes when someone followed her into her apartment and killed her. Call was previously a person of interest after DNA connected him to the crime scene. In 2017, a man who was in federal prison with Call in West Virginia told investigators Call confessed to him that he killed Zimmerman. Call was arrested for the murder years later in 2020. Today, closure can finally begin for the family. Judge Chris Taylor handed down a mandatory life sentence along with Call's guilty plea, but she will decide at a later hearing whether Call may be eligible for extended supervision after 20 years.
I'm glad that he feels he has a free conscience at this point. But we, as a family, have nothing but pain. We have nothing but daily reminders, and we've had nothing but torture for 14 and a half years.
When you take someone's life, you take a lot of other people's lives, too, in the process. And there's a lot of broken hearts here, I know.
The life sentence was handed down today because Call wanted to start serving his sentence right away. His attorneys say Call has health issues the state system is better equipped to handle. That decision came over the objection of the family.
Next tonight, a bicyclist has died after he was hit by a vehicle this morning on John Nolan Drive. We don't know the victim's name. We do know he was 71 years old. It happened just before 7 a.m. near South Shore Drive. Police did not have any additional information about the crash or how it happened, as crews are still investigating. And just last night, a pedestrian was also hit on the city's near west side. Happened on Seago Road at the intersection with Sheboygan Avenue. The person who was hit suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Now, Madison police expect there will be a lot more pedestrians out this weekend, of course, trick-or-treating, so they're reminding drivers to be extra careful.
Our Arman Rahman has some tips to make sure the only scary parts of your trick-or-treating are the costumes and decorations. Arman?
Yeah, guys, last year's Halloween was marked with some wicked weather, and the year before that was during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. So officers are gearing up for a bigger turnout of trick-or-treaters this year, and that means more people to share crosswalks, sidewalks, and streets with.
I think that this is one of our first Halloweens kind of post-pandemic.
Couple that with scary good weather forecasted.
And so I would expect that you'll see more people going door to door than we have in the last couple of years.
So when it comes to your little superheroes, ghouls, and other trick-or-treaters,
make sure that you're crossing streets safely in a group and in as safe of a manner as you can. One of the things that's been helpful for parents to consider is having lights or flashlights on their kids' costumes.
After 3 different pedestrians have been hit in and around Madison so far this month.
Certainly, those incidences are foremost in our mind.
Police want to remind drivers to be mindful of speed and more families in crosswalks and driveways over the weekend and Monday.
You know, we really want people to be safe because we would rather have you be thinking about prevention than coming and responding after an accident's occurred.
This year, there's another fright you may have heard online. Rainbow fentanyl, a version of the extremely potent and deadly drug supposedly colored to look like candy.
It is a time for scary things, but I'm pretty confident that that's not going to be one of the scares that we'll be talking about next week when we're done with this.
With only a few reported cases in certain parts of the country, MPD wants to assure parents.
I don't think anybody needs to panic. I'm not hearing that this is happening here, or we're not seeing this in a high volume or percentage here.
Still, officers say it never hurts to do a once-over on what your trick-or-treater has in their bag.
Anything that's not wrapped in what seems to be manufacturer or wrapping, throw it away. It's not worth the risk, and, you know, be smart about the decisions that you're making for your children and what you're letting them consume.
And since many will be trick-or-treating the weekend leading up to Halloween, MPD also recommends to be considerate to knock on doors of houses with lights on, decorations, or candy already out.
And a reminder to find out when trick-or-treating hours are open where you live. We have an extensive list on our website, channel3000.com.
Armand mentioned the forecast looking pretty good for those trick-or-treaters. Gary has more details as certified. Most accurate forecast, Gary?
Yeah, like Armand mentioned, last year was not a great year for trick-or-treating, but taking a look at this trick-or-treat forecast, looking pretty good overall. High temperature, 63 degrees, mostly sunny skies. By the time trick-or-treaters will be out, we'll be looking at temperatures in the upper 50s, so very comfortable for Halloween across southern Wisconsin. Time lapse for the WISC Skycam. Some clouds early this morning, sunshine for much of the day, and then some clouds started to come back in towards sunset, but still not enough to completely block out the sun as we headed into the overnight hours. Doppler track right now showing a couple of sprinkles of rain, maybe well north of the Dells. I haven't seen any surface reports indicating that they're reaching the ground. High-resolution radar really doesn't show anything, so I'm not too concerned that we're seeing any rain. And 6-hour future track radar doesn't show anything either. High temperatures today, mainly in the mid to upper 50s. Madison topped out at 56, but a couple of places out to the west hit 60 degrees. Right now, temperatures are in the 30s east of Dane County, mainly in the 40s elsewhere. We'll zoom into Dane County. A little more cloud cover from Madison on toward the west. That's keeping temperatures up a bit. 38 right now in Edgerton, but to the west, still 46 degrees in Cross Plains. Look for skies to be mostly cloudy overnight. Low temperature dropping to 34. We'll start to clear out toward morning and see a nice day for tomorrow. I'll tell you how mild it'll be this weekend and for next week in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Campaign 2022 coverage. Now, Governor Tony Evers this evening kicking off his Do the Right Thing bus tour. On the first day of the 10-day statewide tour, the governor made multiple stops in the southern part of the state, highlighting his record of getting things done for Wisconsin and what's at stake this fall. We caught up with him in Sun Prairie at the Flavors Wine Bar.
When we talk about fixing roads and this bus out here, we do this bus thing. We did it in 2018. We're doing it now. It's a school bus. It's a regular school bus. And guess what? The roads are smoother this year than they were.
And in the race for State Attorney General, incumbent Josh Kaul and his Republican challenger Eric Toney faced off in their second debate this afternoon, hosted at the state bar headquarters in Madison. The candidates touched on a wide variety of topics from abortion enforcement to crime numbers and election integrity. You can watch the entire thing if you missed it from start to finish at channel3000.com.
New tonight, a New Mexico district attorney is officially reviewing the investigative report on the fatal shooting on the Rust movie set. Sheriff's investigators are leaving any decisions about possible prosecution up to the New Mexico district attorney's office. A prop gun in actor and producer Alec Baldwin's hand discharged during a rehearsal, killing cinematographer Helena Hutchins and wounding a director. Human remains were just found in Lake Mead again. It's at least the 6th discovery this year. A couple weeks ago, a diver found human bones in the lake. Lake Mead is the largest reservoir in the country, but its water levels have been dropping because of the drought in the region. As the shorelines have receded, mysteries long hidden beneath the surface have been uncovered. Everything from bones to sunken boats, a World War II era landing craft, and ancient volcanic rock. Tonight, we have a very revealing look at the war in Ukraine from an American volunteer who fought in it. Ukraine's army is preparing to try and recapture the key southern city of Kherson and fighting off Russian attacks in the northeast.
Ukraine's president says Russian artillery strikes are, quote, driving people to their deaths. A warning. What you will see and hear in this piece is shocking. Holly Williams reports.
You could hear shooting, but then you could also hear grunts and people like fighting to the death with their bare hands. It's a very unique sound when you hear that many death rattles.
He's from Tennessee, he told us, and came to fight in Ukraine because he was horrified by the Russian invasion. He wants to be known only by his call sign, Elvis.
The carnage you're describing sounds like something out of World War II.
Yeah. This is nothing like any conflict in the past 70 to 80 years. This war is not sustainable for either side.
On the front line in southern Ukraine, he says he repeatedly witnessed Russian forces using white phosphorus munitions.
It comes down extremely slow, but there's nothing you can do, and everything it touches just incinerates.
Including this incident.
Probably about 20 or 30 guys burning alive, and several gunshots, because there was nothing else they do. So a lot of guys have suicide pistols, and you'd hear them scream, and then they would say goodbye and then blow their own heads off.
So you actually heard 20 to 30 soldiers being burned alive by white phosphorus?
Yes, ma'am.
And some of them committing suicide
Yes,
with
ma'am.
their own pistols?
Yes, ma'am.
Elvis, that must have been horrific.
It's war. At least that's what I tell myself.
He admits that he's traumatized and fears one of his former comrades could commit suicide because of what they went through together.
Do you still think this is a righteous war?
Yes, absolutely. We're fighting pure evil. Anybody in the West that asks Ukraine to just do peace talks, they need to go through these villages. They need to see what's been done to these people. If China invaded the U.S., hypothetically, leveled Los Angeles, leveled Seattle, Portland, massacred thousands, do you think the U.S. would just sue for peace? No.
Russia has previously denied using white phosphorus munitions here in Ukraine. Elvis told us that if other Americans are thinking of volunteering with Ukraine's military, they should know that the odds are stacked against them and they'll be fighting for their lives. Holly Williams, CBS News, Kyiv, Ukraine.
Still ahead tonight, your updated forecast as we inch closer to the weekend.
Plus, we'll tell you about a new free program at Madison's libraries. Stay with us.
Looking at mattresses?
I'm just looking.
Jump on it, roll on it.
No.
I can see you in it. You got your Firm Plush, Ultra Plush, Ultra Plush Plus. Just pretend I'm not here. My name is Richard. You have any questions?
Buying a mattress can be uncomfortable.
She seemed nice.
That's why Slumberland has modernized the process, giving you the freedom to have a comfortable experience. Right now, get 30% off select mattresses. Slumberland. Mattress shopping reinvented.
It's Ford Truck Month. America, you know what to do. Now's the time to get after the best deals on Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 45 years straight. Also, great offers on Ford Ranger and Ford Maverick. Ford Truck Month is here, so let's get after it. Lock in 3.9% financing for 60 months on a new built Ford Tough F-150 plus $500.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity, using less or a lot less oral pain medicines, and improved quality of life. That's why we recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
National call centers, they're just not the way to go when you can meet with a trusted and knowledgeable Medicare insurance agent from Informed Choice Insurance Agency. Because nobody knows your local hospitals, doctors, and pharmacies like your local Informed Choice Insurance agent.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Get $500 cash allowance on this Silverado with a 2.7-liter engine. Plus, current Chevy owners can get an additional $2,500 cash allowance. Plus, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward a new Chevy truck with accessories.
The Property Brothers are in my house.
It's literally the most beautiful set I've ever seen. This is a very strange interview.
Plus, the hilarious Amber Russell on The Jennifer Hudson Show.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. After 36 drawings in a row with no grand prize winner, the Powerball jackpot now stands at $800 million. No ticket matched all 6 numbers in last night's drawing, so the cash value of the prize is now nearly $384 million, the lump sum. It would be the second largest prize in Powerball history. The next drawing is set for Saturday night. And new tonight, Elon Musk has reportedly completed his $44 billion deal to take over Twitter. Sources say as soon as his takeover closed tonight, Musk fired several Twitter executives, including CEO Parag Agrawal. The acquisition of the social media platform by the world's richest man came after a months-long roller coaster of legal action and controversy.
Madison public libraries offer more than just books. People can now visit 4 local branches to pick up seeds native to Wisconsin. Nicole Herzog shares more on the initiative. Nicole?
Yeah, thanks to a partnership with Dane County Land and Water Resources, 2,000 native Wisconsin seeds are now available for free in Madison libraries. They're also hosting workshops to show people how to prepare and plant the seeds properly. The seed library has been around for 10 years, but this is the first year for the Wisconsin Native Collection. These include 5 different species: black-eyed Susan, blue vervain, rattlesnake master, wild bergamot, and yellow cornflower. The idea started with Northside naturalist Alex Singer.
Well, it's a great hobby. You get out there, you see what comes up. Again, it depends on how controlling you are, but if you're not even much of a gardener, you can do this.
Native Wisconsin seeds are best planted in the fall and left to grow in the winter. Planting these seeds is a way for people to support Wisconsin's ecosystem, plus feed wildlife locally. The seed packets can be found at Lakeview Library, Pinney Library, Goodman South Library, and Meadow Ridge Library. The libraries encourage people to get involved and volunteer with Dane County Land and Water Resources to help collect and distribute the seeds.
Nicole, thank you. Next tonight, the iconic Orpheum Theater sign on State Street is getting a facelift. The new sign was originally installed in 2016 by Sign Art Studio. Today, they gave the 55-foot tall sign a full inspection, including replacing 1,800 light bulbs, updating the flashing light controllers, and some paint touch-ups. New at 10, a surprise today for a school nurse in Monticello. Nurse Carolyn Schwartzlow is being recognized as the 2022 Wisconsin Rural School Alliance Support Staff Member of the Year. The organization hands out the award to one staff member within a rural school district every year. The school district surprised her with the award during a pep rally today.
When you know all the kids and you know their families and you know their situations and their circumstances, our small class sizes, but yet what we're still able to offer kids through programming and activities and advanced placement and college credit classes at the highest level, at the high school level, it's something special.
Schwartzlow actually graduated from Monticello High School in 1997.
Well, distribution has begun now in our annual Coats for Kids campaign. This year, with your help, more than 4,000 winter coats were donated to area Clinky cleaners. Those in need of a winter coat can pick one up at the Community Action Coalition's warehouse. That's located on Wright Street in Madison. Another distribution event is scheduled for tomorrow from noon to 6. Time now for your certified most accurate forecast. Here is Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
I was out there for a little while with the Coats for Kids distribution. It's great to see. It was a great day for it. You're going to need those coats not too long down the road. Let's start out by taking a look at 3 things you need to know. In the short term, I don't think we're going to be looking at heavy coats, more likely just light jackets and sweaters. We're looking at sunny skies for tomorrow and Saturday, cloudy skies for Sunday, but it'll still stay dry. And in fact, it'll be dry not only this weekend, but all the way through next Thursday with the next chance of rain Thursday night and Friday of next week. And even that's kind of iffy, but above normal temperatures are expected for the next 10 days. In fact, significantly above normal temperatures for the middle of next week. Take a look at this. Average high temperature goes from 54 down to 50. We're in the upper 50s, 60s, near 70 degrees the middle part of next week. But even when we drop back into the middle 50s by next weekend, notice that average high temperature has already dropped to 50, so we're still a few degrees above normal. Doppler track tonight, a couple of sprinkles of rain may have made it into west central Wisconsin. I didn't see any surface reports indicating rain that would reach the ground, but the air across Wisconsin is pretty dry, and we could actually use the rain. That's the other problem, having that dry period. Already the U.S. Drought Monitor that came out today shows abnormally dry soils in the yellow, and then you can see the drought conditions increasing the farther west you go. But the country as a whole, I mean, this is not a good picture. Much of the eastern or the western 3/4 of the country seeing at least some form of drought, and many locations, especially these areas of darker red, severe to exceptional drought conditions. Weather track doesn't show much help there either. I mean, the system in the middle part of the country bringing some showers. They're not very heavy. A little more widespread shower and thunderstorm activity down in Texas, and a little bit of snow in the central Rockies, but that's pretty much it. Much of the country right now is dry, but eventually that will change. The weather pattern will start to favor more storminess out west, and hopefully that'll start to build up the snowpack in the Rockies. But right now, just some clouds moving in from the west, and they're not producing any precipitation around here. On weather track, high pressure is located just off to the east. We've got low pressure and a trough out to the west, so the winds in between are mainly out of the southeast. Right now, temperatures are in the 40s, a few places in the upper 30s west of Milwaukee, but notice the cloud cover going away tonight, and we're back to sunny skies for much of the day tomorrow. In fact, as we look at our forecast for tomorrow, look for sunny skies, high temperature up to 59 degrees, so 3-degree increase over our 56 for today. Planning your day for Dane County, 59 Verona, 58 in Windsor, and 58 degrees in Waterloo. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, up to 61 in Janesville, 62 in Lone Rock, and 60 in La Crosse. 7 to 10 day forecast. Those temperatures lower 60s this weekend. Halloween Monday looking nice with a high of 63. Upper 60s Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, maybe close to 70, and then some shower chances toward the end of next week, with those temperatures still, as I said before, staying above average.
And coming up in sports, so one step closer to state. How Broadhead made quick work of Mineral Point in sectional semifinal action. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Life gets bigger when you break from the herd. The Volkswagen Tiguan. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today to learn more about the versatile 2022 Tiguan. Limited inventory available.
Democrats defunded and dispirited our police, creating the worst crime wave in decades. Biden spent us into 40-year high inflation, drove gas prices to record levels, and opened our borders, causing a flood of illegal immigrants and deadly drugs. Mandela Barnes supports all the policies causing you and your family so much pain. He will rubber stamp their liberal agenda. Mandela Barnes sides with radical leftists, not with you.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Keith Urban, the Speed of Now World Tour. The must-see show of 2022. November 3rd at Veterans Memorial Coliseum at the Alliant Energy Center with Tyler Hubbard. And special guest Ingrid Andress. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Keith Urban, the Speed of Now World Tour.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Looking for one of our most capable Ford SUVs? Okay, great. We've got you covered. Spacious interiors, innovative tech, good looks, and a legendary off-road experience. Check out our inventory today, or let us help you place a custom order. Getting into the perfect Ford SUV? Well, it's easier than ever. Yeah, we've got you covered. Now choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge and get 0% financing for 66 months.
Keep bragging about your buck after the hunt with wild game processing from Johnson's Sausage Shop in Ryle, Wisconsin. Friends enjoy a hunting story more over a jalapeno cheddar stick. Johnson's Sausage Shop accepts wild game 7 days a week. First bucks in are the first brats out.
Jurassic Quest is back and bigger than ever. Celebrate Halloween weekend at Jurassic Quest. Come dressed in your favorite costume for a chance to win a prize. And join us for Trick or Treat. This weekend only in Madison. Buy tickets in advance for best selection at JurassicQuest.com.
Radical Tim Michaels is extremely divisive.
I don't care who I offend.
And at his company, the culture comes from the top. Multiple court filings say women were sexually assaulted, harassed, and pressured to have sex with their bosses.
If she refused demands for sex, she would be blackballed from working on a pipeline job.
Higher-ups dismissed the women as liars and fired those who spoke out.
I don't care who I offend.
That's how Tim Michaels runs his company. Don't let him run our state.
It's a lovely day to...
Cars built with safety in mind, even for those guys.
Visit your Volkswagen dealer today to learn more about the spacious 2023 Atlas. Limited inventory available.
Stoughton Volleyball is having a dream season under first-year head coach Mike Schmidt. The Vikings doubled their win total from last season and won their first regional championship since 2016. How'd they do it? Well, it all comes down to one word: believe. From an 8-win 2021
That's it.
to regional champions in 2022.
To make that step to win regionals was insane.
And Stoughton Volleyball did it in Mike Schmidt's first year with the program.
We came into it with like a new coach, and we're all a little worried, like, oh, what's it gonna be like? But it's been unreal.
Ready?
The turnaround happened because of a boost of confidence.
My #1 goal was to get them to believe in their abilities, regardless of wins or losses. They're really good volleyball players, and they needed to know that.
And a one-word reminder from Schmidt:
good hands.
Believe.
If you believe in yourself, you're gonna play a lot better. And since we all believe in ourselves, I think that's why we're winning.
So that's just something he emphasized every practice, every game, and we've been working on that since day 1 of practice now, and it's made all the difference.
And this group bought in from the first set.
You could see their mentality change, and they started believing that they could play against good teams and compete. And then that kind of transferred into getting victories.
But Schmidt isn't talking about just winning on the court.
My job as a coach is not just to coach volleyball, it's to coach life.
He wants his Vikings to carry that belief with them.
If we believe, that means we can really get something done. If we put our minds to it, we can get it done. And that just shows that's applicable for so many things in life.
Because they've seen what it can do.
Take them up, take them up.
Sectional semifinal volleyball. Broadhead hosting Mineral Point in Division III. First set, Pointers on the attack. MP sets up Kennedy Cabot, and she hammers it home for the point. But Broadhead has Abby Dix, and she was a problem at the net. Later in the set, Dix brings the heat. Cardinals would win the first set, and it was more of the same in the second. Dix gonna drop it down, and Broadhead drops Mineral Point in straight sets. They'll face Randolph Saturday with a trip to state on the line. Boys Division I sectional semifinal soccer. Middleton hosting Madison West. No score in the first. Cardinals on the attack. Dom Campos makes a move in the box and then finds the corner with his left foot to put Middleton up 1-0. Same score in the second half and more Cardinals. Middleton sends it in, and this time it's Tony Murphy with the right footy, and the Cardinals move on to sectional finals with a 2-0 win. They'll face Verona on Saturday. And the Brewers president of baseball operations, David Stearns, has stepped down from his role with the franchise and will move into an advisory role with the club. GM Matt Arnold going to take his place. Stearns has been with the crew since 2015. We're back after this.
A 12-year-old girl can't legally drive a car. At 12, she can't even vote. But if this little girl were tragically raped or a victim of incest and became pregnant, radical Tim Michaels would force her to deliver the baby. He said it's, quote, not unreasonable for the state government to mandate rape victims to give birth. Would it be unreasonable if he were forcing this on you? Let him know on Election Day.
You heard the Jingle Man, Wisconsin. That means it's time to get a versatile, rugged, athletic SUV that makes you feel like you just won a title. Again. Honda was just crowned KBB.com's best value brand for the 7th year in a row. So get up and go to your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin. Bring it home, Songbird.
Get up and go! To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland. As in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it,
Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
It really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Nice.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's made to be broken. I just want you
2023, eye care Medicare plan members receive an allowance of $150 total per month to spend on items like eligible healthy foods, OTC products, home supplies, wellness care, or living support such as rent, utilities, and internet. All unused monthly funds roll over until the end of the year. If you have Medicare and Medicaid, call us, and a licensed sales agent will help find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. Eye care is looking out for you and your health.
Closed captioning sponsored by Community Shares of Wisconsin's Workplace Giving Campaign. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, dozens of cute party animals and costumes paraded across a harborfront stage in Key West this week as part of the Fantasy Fest Pet Masquerade. They always have something going on in Key West, right?
They got nothing to do but have parties.
This year it was themed cult classics and cartoon chaos. Furry contestants spoofing the 1988 film Beetlejuice walked on stage, followed by a lion tamer and her canine lion, 2 pirate pooches, and an Italian greyhound costumed as the late rock star Prince. Other notable entries include a family of minions, mermaids, pirates, Care Bears, unicorns, and pandas.
All those dogs are like, what are we doing?
Like, why are you doing this to me?
What are we doing? It's 80 degrees.
You know, my wife used to bring costumes, for Joe? For Joe for Halloween.
They make them that small, huh?
Yeah, the last one was, he was like coming out of a shark's head.
I think you got to pick one out and put some pictures on the news here for the weekend.
I think he'd appreciate it just staying at home, watching the trick-or-treaters. Pretty quiet out there tonight. The weather will stay quiet through Halloween. Clear skies, or cloudy skies right now, but temperatures right now dropping into the mid-30s by morning.
Okay, I think Joe wants to go trick-or-treating this year. You're going to take it.
I don't think so.
Thanks for joining us. For News 3 Now at 10.
Eric will do something good. We'll see you back here tomorrow.